Those guys have pretty good harmony, I would have to say. 1570 KMCD, Statler Brothers. I'm Lee Muntz, in for Steve Smith. Smitty back tomorrow, and as always on a Monday morning, 90% of the time anyway, Chamber Talk. Nancy Morrissey. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, Lee. It's nice to have you here.
Well, it's always good to join you for this weekly show. And of course, I mentioned 90% of the time because there are occasional holidays, vacations, and retirement.
I am.
Wow.
I'll be retiring in April, sometime after the annual awards banquet.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been wonderful. I've been there since 1993. I've worked with many boards and committee people and volunteers and staff and have had wonderful support, and I am going to make sure that it continues that way. I'm going to do everything I can to make the transition as smooth as possible.
Well, that's awesome for you, and unfortunate for the rest of us, because it's not going to be quite the same to walk into the chamber and not see your smiling face for the first time in over 25 years.
Just about. Retirement is inevitable for everyone, and it's my time. And I'm very happy.
Well, you've earned it. I should say at 23 and a half
This
years.
is my 24th year.
24th, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like
so lots of visiting to kids and grandkids and my sisters. They're spread out all over the country. And John's family, we have Minnesota, Austin, Utah, Washington, Ohio, North Carolina, and that's just kids and siblings.
Sure. Yeah.
And grandkids, of course.
That'll keep you hopping, no question about it. Well, what's going on right now at the Fairfield Chamber?
Well, we have the member-to-member program. I'll start off with that. It's Taco John's, and who we are recognizing and highlighting this week. Not only is Taco John's a participant in the member-to-member program, they are the sponsor. So every single chamber member, if you are employed at a chamber member business, everyone's a chamber member who works at that business. You'll get your member-to-member card. On the back of that, it tells you that Taco John's is a sponsor, and they give 10% off every single day, all day long, to your purchase with your chamber member business-to-business card or member-to-member card. So make sure to utilize that. A lot of people go to Taco John's, so use your member-to-member card.
Definitely.
What's happening this week starts off tomorrow big with our Leadership Fairfield. This will be our March 1st, Lee.
I know, isn't that hard to believe?
It is. We're supposed to have, snow and maybe a little ice? I'm not sure. But
Girls' State basketball tournament week.
I know, isn't that the truth? I mean, boy, when we would go to the field house in Des Moines and come up that hill from the east to go in there, it would be bitter walking up that hill every single year in March. But tomorrow is our Leadership Fairfield, and it is local government and public safety. So we are having a panel in the morning with Dick Reed, supervisor, Tommy Thompson, council member, and Steve Wemme, who is the new Jefferson County assessor. We're going to be walking over the courthouse and getting a wonderful tour there by Dick Reed, who has spearheaded a lot of the renovation going on over there. Then we're going to walk over to the Fairfield Fire Station and get a tour there and visit with Chief Scott Vaughn and crew. Then we'll walk back to the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center for a wonderful lunch catered by Hy-Vee. And then we'll go to, we're going to travel to the water treatment plant. I've never even been out there. It's the one in the Waterworks Park on North B Street.
Sure.
There. You kind of go past the beach. And so we're going to go in there and have a tour of that, and while we're there, we're going to have a city utilities panel, and that's going to be with Melanie Carlson, who is project engineer, and she's with French Raniker Associates, Mike Harmon, Fairfield City Administrator, Steve Rattinger, the water superintendent, and Sean Worley, who is the wastewater superintendent. Then we're going to have that tour. Then we're going to go to Jefferson County Law Center.
Wow, busy day.
It is. We'll visit with Sheriff Greg Morton, Chief Dave Thomas, Communications Supervisor Tammy Thompson, Chief Deputy Bart Richmond, and the K9 handler is David Wall. So that is a full day, and this will be our second last one for the year. We'll have one in April, which is agriculture and sustainability and nutrition. So, and then we'll have the graduation as we did last year at the annual awards banquet. But these days, as you can see, are full days, and we are so happy we have a full class, and they are sponsored in part by their employees, who not only pay for them to go, but allow them to go for all those days, for full days, October through April. So
that's great.
Yep, that happens tomorrow. Then also tomorrow is family support at Optime Life Services for an hour starting at 4:15. Peter Rabbit Tales at the Sondheim Center for the Performing Arts at 6:30 p.m. Boy, my kids loved Peter Rabbit. I would buy those little tiny books. Remember that? They carry around in their little purses and their pockets and
and you say, "Grandma, read to me."
That's right.
Or, Mommy, read to me.
I love to read. I did love to read. Where, in fact, the girls would make two of the girls in college used my rereading to them as their first speech presentation. One was reading to them every night on the couch, and the other one was sitting in the beanbag chair at the library. Do you remember that?
Oh,
the beanbag chair in the children's room at the library.
Sure.
Then also it's Great Taste Live, cheese soup at the Green Building Supply at 7 p.m. That all happens on Tuesday. Wednesday is Women's Writing Workshop at Optime Life Services, 10 to 11:30 a.m. Thursday, another session at Optime Life Services. This is anger management, and that starts for an hour, starts at 5:15. Friday, Rotary Club of Fairfield is going to meet, as always, at the Fairfield Golf and Country Club at noon, and Francis Tickey is going to be the speaker on Iowa water quality, which is a hot topic going on right now up in Des Moines, I'm sure. Dagmar and Jacob Metcalf at Cafe Paradiso from 8 to 10. Book reading at the Revelations Cafe and Bookstore. That's at 7:45 p.m. on Friday also. And what else is happening on Friday? Fairfield's First Fridays Art Walk, March 4th. Fairfield Art supporting our future in creativity. It's going to be at the Fairfield Public Library from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Artwork from local schools on display. And of course our merchants and retailers will be open also, and lots happening on the square also. But sometimes we want to spread it. They want to spread at the Art Walk a little beyond the square. So some of this is going to be at the Fairfield First Fridays Art Walk at the library. Also at the library at 7 p.m. is the Fairfield High School's Individual Speakers Night. That takes us into Saturday, which is going to have the Southeast Iowa Farm Show at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. That begins at 9. And there's going to be guest speakers and vendors from across the whole Southeast Iowa who will be exhibiting the latest in equipment, seed, technology, and more to assist everyone with their farming operation. And the admission to the show is free.
That's great.
So that's the Southeast Iowa Farm Show at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. Then there's the Fairfield Senior Citizen Center, Fairfield Farmers Market. That's from 9 to 2. And like I said, it's the Senior Citizen Center. Mommy and Me, Pins and Needles Sewing Group, Go Jindy from 10 to 12, and Go Jindy is located in the Fairfield Parks and Recreation. Unplugged, Aaron Tippin, Sondheim Center for the Performing Arts at 7:30 p.m. Full house this week. Lots to do between the Art Walk and the Sondheim Center and the Fairfield Arts and Conventions Center and Revelations and Cafe Paradiso and Library. And that leads us into Sunday with the Family Fun Day at the Fairfield Aquatic Center. That is 1 to 5. And remember, the whole family gets in for the price of one.
Yeah, $5.
$5, yep. And I bet you it's a full pool.
Yeah, hot tub, indoor pool, sauna, all for
nice.
For families, and great opportunity.
It really is.
Because swimming is great exercise.
It is. It is. And I don't do enough of that. I love the water. I hope to get to the beach this awesome. Or I have a sister, like I said, who lives in North Carolina, and it's a hop, skip, and a jump down to Myrtle Beach. So,
well, with retiring in April, you can start making your plans for
they
June,
are in the works,
July,
Lee, for
I'm
sure.
along with the grandchildren and everybody
That's
else. But
right.
take some time for Nancy in there.
Then also on Sunday is Lindsay Lou and the Flat Bellies at Cafe Paradiso from 8 to 10. So that's lots happening at the this week right here in Fairfield. I do want to go into what's happening a little bit further out than that. Mark your calendars for St. Patty's Day, March 17th, that for the Chamber's Business After Hours. And, of course, March is always hosted by the Morrissey Law Offices. It starts a wee bit past 4 o'clock and goes until 7 and
Ish.
beyond.
Yeah. I was going to say 7-ish.
Yeah.
Like I said, and beyond.
So that is the day of St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Then March 18th is the date that nominations are due for Outstanding Citizen Community Service Award presented by Libertyville Savings Bank. And, of course, that announcement will be made at our annual awards banquet, which happens April 8th, and that is presented by Midwest One Bank. And that's going to be at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center also. Leadership Fairfield, like I said, it happens in April, and our banquet on the 8th, along with the graduation of Leadership Fairfield. And Lee, I talked about it last week, but our new website is live, and it is up, and it is wonderful. So remember to check out fairfieldiowa.com. Go to, if you want to find your business or a business here in town, go to the membership directory, type in a word or any part of a word or the owner's word or anything like that. It'll bring up a list of the businesses that have that. Then make sure you click on the more info that is part of that member listing, because that takes you directly into their personal website listing, their membership listing in our business directory on our chamber website, fairfieldiowa.com. Fairfield, Iowa is one word. Iowa is spelled out.
Great example would be Park and Rec, because coming up on Saturday the 19th will be the Cambridge Sportsplex grand opening.
Oh, that is so true. They have a full day planned.
Yes, they do.
At the Fairfield Parks and Recreation.
The ribbon cutting will be at 10 that morning, speakers 10:30. Then there will be many activities displaying basically all of the things you can do there starting at 11. Like there's tennis, there's volleyball, just all kinds of things going on throughout the day. Vendors will be on hand, so make sure to mark your calendar. That new, beautiful gym is going to be opening up on Saturday the 19th.
March 19th, a long-awaited date and grand opening.
Yes, it's been cool to watch that become part of the skyline. Yeah, exactly, over there behind the current Roosevelt Recreation Center on West Burlington, and of course the Roosevelt Aquatic Center, which you mentioned, having the family fun time Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5. So, again, your last hurrah will be that big night in April, right?
Right, and then I'll be there for some little time after that, possibly. But that I'm. It's been a tough decision, Lee. I mean, I have, as everyone knows, loved working at the chamber. I love everybody that I work with. I've met so many wonderful people, and I don't want to lose contact with anyone. So it's been tough.
Yeah.
But there comes a time when I want to spend more time with loved ones that I haven't been able to.
Well, and that's a choice, like you say, that becomes tough, but you just feel like in your heart that the time has come. So, well, you will be missed over at the chamber office once that last day occurs, but look forward to seeing you still a couple of more months. There was something I was going to mention. Oh, and just think back on some of the chamber directors over the years. Mike Brewer's one of the first one that I knew when I got to Fairfield.
Yes.
There was probably somebody else, and I think Mike was the first one when I moved to town.
Charlie Burnett was before him.
Okay.
Yep.
We've
and
had
then there
Bob
were
Phipps. And
Bob Phipps was after that, and then there was Brent Willett and Tracy Vance and myself. So,
It's great memories. All right.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
again, if you have any questions, go to fairfieldiowa.com or call 472-2111.
That's it.
And you can get in touch with the chamber office over there. That's Nancy Morrissey joining us this morning on the KMCD Spotlight Show, Chamber Talk on a Monday.